After 24 years of fatherhood, I recently discovered something I had never seen before. Looking back, I realized my journey as a father happened in three distinct phases. Hi, I'm Caleb. Welcome to my podcast. Just thought of sharing my personal journey as a father in this fatherhood journey with you. I'm not sure what phases are you in right now, but over the past 24 years as on this fatherhood journey, I discovered that I have just entered into the third phase. So, phase one, I call it connection. And that was when my children, I have 3 children, and that was when they were between ages from 1 to 7. I remember I spent a lot of time playing with them, a lot of time telling them stories, reading. And we started from like a very simple storybook to Bible stories. And we spent a lot of time, I spent a lot of time reading to them just before they go to bed. All 5 of us, including my wife, we sat on the bed, and then we just read, and I turned the storytelling into interactive and having dialogue. Everything is intentional, just to engage with them. And in that reading time, in the storytelling time, I was hoping to impart to them that interest of reading. So making reading interesting is very, very important to me, because I hope they could explore and discover on their own that curiosity of reading, that curiosity, the interest of learning. And I spent a lot of time playing with them, hugging them. I remember playing wrestling with them and playing hide and seek. And it's just crazy fun time, just playing and just showing affection. In the midst of playing and hugging, a lot of physical interaction, I was also hoping to impart emotional security into my children. So that was the first phase of connection. And I miss those moments so much. And then very quickly time flies and kids grow up. When they reach the age of 18 to 21, that was when phase 2, I stepped into phase 2, which I call it formation. And in this, now honestly, I don't really enjoy this phase 2 because it's very challenging to me as a father. Why? Because in this formation period, over a span of many years, I intentionally impart the concept of responsibility, the concept of obedience, the concept of consequences, and life principles. It's pretty much molding, shaping, introducing discipline into their life, self-control, and of course, during this age 8 to 21, a lot of things like the concept of obedience, responsibilities, consequences, and so forth. There's so much moral principles and life principles, biblical principles, can be quite difficult for young kids to grasp. So that was when correction come into play, discipline come into play. Yeah, so during these many years, it was quite rough for me as a father. Honestly, I spent a lot of years on my own, just praying and checking myself, even to a point of questioning if I'm actually a good father. Now, I must give credit to my wife. During this phase 2 formation stage, there were a lot of correction as a father on them and as a father upon myself as a person. Do I enjoy it? No, I don't really enjoy it. It's painful, disappointing. Most of the time was more on myself. And praying, hoping that my kids, my children will grow up to understand what I was trying to do and what sort of values I was trying to impart into them. And my wife was very supportive. She stood by me and she acted as a glue to unite the children with me. And behind my back, she did not talk bad about me, but she tried to explain what I was trying to do and why I was doing what I did to my children. But I'm glad stage 2, phase 2 is over, done and dusted. Now, I'm in my phase 3 as a father, in my fatherhood journey. Phase 3 is to release and to trust them and give them room to grow, respect them as adults, let them discover their own path. And what I need to do more diligently is to give them space, watch from a distance, and of course, keep hoping, keep praying that the formation stage, all those many years of introducing them values and principles, will finally sink into them, and praying that they will have a level of understanding. And this is something I recently discovered and realized what my late father did for me. It's ever since I stepped into 19 years old, I left home because of college. I moved to the city and everything all on my own. My late dad, stopped intervening and stepping into my life. He stopped speaking into my life. He stopped correcting me. And all he did was he just patiently wait, pray, and hope that I would become a good person, a good Christian man. And when I became a father myself and a husband, my dad was just hoping that I would have that moral compass in my life guiding me to become a good person. I realized this, being a good person, having that moral compass is foremost important than what I achieve, what I failed to achieve. Everything spin out of that character, that spin out of that moral compass and values. And just recently, I have this insight, the revelational insight, that God the Father has given me absolute freedom to explore life, to even evolve. And obviously, when I say evolve, I have evolved so much from being a teenager to a young man to a young father. And then now, I'm going to be 53 years old. God the Father never stopped me from evolving. He never stopped me from exploring life. In fact, He gave me full 100% freedom to do what I am curious to do, what I am curious to learn. But one thing which God the Father in the Holy Spirit form has been quietly guiding me and ensuring me remaining in that space is the moral boundary is so important. And that is something I learned. And I also learned that coming back to fatherhood, me as a father towards my 3 young adult kids, this is the phase where I need to release them, I need to trust them, I need to have confidence in them that all those years of training and teaching and impartation will help them produce fruit and will help them discover what life is. Yeah. So I want to give credits to my late dad, and of course the revelation knowledge from the Holy Spirit in my time of meditation. So this is what I realized, and I realized that my late father, actually, he did exactly the same thing with me. So ever since I became an adult, he stopped directing my life. He just simply watched from far, hoped, he prayed. Yep. So I thought that is quite interesting, a journey of fatherhood. My questions to you is that whether you're a father, your mother, you're a parent, what is one lesson your father taught you that still guides your life today? Yeah. And I really am very interested to learn from you, to hear your story. Perhaps leave a comment so that we can learn from another. I'm very, very big in learning, especially from another human being. Just learn, explore life stories, exchange tips and wisdom. I hope to see you again and in my next video. All right? You take care, stay happy, and enjoy fatherhood, enjoy motherhood, enjoy this season. Ciao.